Surendra Puyal, he's a journalist from Nepal. He's joining us live on the broadcast here. Mr. Puyal, many thanks for speaking to us. What's the ground situation right now? Why have the Gen Z taken matters into their own hands and have descended onto the streets? Is the problem really that big? We were earlier talking about social media ban in Australia as well, but there seems to be more than what meets the eye here. First and foremost to you, what's really happening on the ground?
It was a complete social media blackout because of the failure of Meta and other social media operators to show up and get their sites registered in Nepal. So Nepal kept the government kept asking them to register and also gave a deadline, but then they never showed up, and the government banned all leading social media sites, 26 of them. And as a result, there was sort of like a blackout, and then Gen G suddenly decided to, hit the streets, and then, one, they wanted to protest against the blackout, their freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of communications curtailed. That's what they said. And then, but then there were noises against, end to corruption on the streets today, and thousands upon thousands of them descended onto the streets of Kathmandu, as you can see. And then, things clearly went out of control. And it happened not just in Kathmandu, also in other major cities across Nepal. And the protests are continuing. Gen Z, meaning, people, youngsters between age 13 and 28. But then there are others too. So curfew has been imposed in central Kathmandu, and the police, the security forces are struggling to take the situation under control.
And Mr. Puyal, there seems to be some sort of political backing as well. The Kathmandu mayor has come out. He says due to his age limit, he can't step out, but he is backing this movement. And we've seen it time and again. Take a look at what happened in Bangladesh. That movement was also politically backed. Do you think, because critics are now saying, and just like KP Oli himself, the Prime Minister says that these critics calling out all these people in Kathmandu as puppets. You've got journalists, you've got youth over there, you've got people who are miffed at the government, who have had enough with this rampant corruption as well. And now, on the back of this Gen Z flare and wave, it seems to be, a protest that's against the KP Oli government. Do you see this to be the end of the road for KP Oli and his government?
It's really difficult to say. The government is clearly like shaken now, that's for sure. But then they are, probably contemplating the next move. This is only time will tell what will happen. Only in a couple of hours we will know. But this protest, there were political interests, that were at play. That's for sure. There were several political parties, rolling up their sleeves, and leaders trying to come to the protest. But then there's just probably all kinds of politicians, all kinds of political interests, were at play. Probably that needs to be investigated. And of course, Kathmandu mayor also, threw his weight behind these protesters, by way of his, through his Facebook post yesterday, saying, "I'm old enough, I cannot come, but then my full backing is with you." And he's immensely popular. He's a rapper, and he said he used to sing a song called "Malai Bolna De Sarkar," meaning, let me speak, government. So that's quite popular. And there were youngsters in school uniforms, college uniforms, that were on the streets of Kathmandu today. So something clearly clicked here. That's and there are different political interests that are at play.